Mm, 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 mm. Yo, what's up? What's good? What's good? Long time no pimping. Long time no simping. What's up? I'm back again. I want to talk about a little spiritual download I got. Nothing major. Nothing major. You know, just something slight. Something light to get your pockets right, to get your mind right. And it's pretty much what it's all about. Your mentality. You see, the mind is all, the universe is mental. Everything that you do, everything that comes before you, right, is based on your mentality, your state of consciousness, your perception, your awareness, right? Stuff like that. Right? And there's this book. I haven't read it, but I'm really digging just the message in it alone, right? And when I say the message in it, I should really say the message of it, because you can really just look at the title of the book and pretty much get the concept, get the principle, get the idea of the state of mind that you may or may not want to be in. But the title of the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right? But not giving a fuck could also be a spiritual kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like when you let things go, when you stop worrying about certain things. And even in the Bible, it tells you to not worry about, well, what you're gonna eat tomorrow, or you know, whatever is gonna come from, right? And that ties in perfectly to what I'm about to talk about, because you'll notice when you fight and fret and struggle and try to force things to happen, or force, I guess relationships or a job or anything for that matter, it seems to elude you. It's only when you actually just relax, sit back, you know, not really worry about it, you know, not even really give a fuck about it. That's when it seems to begin to chase you. It seems to fall right into your lap. It's kind of like when you're meditating, right? And you just sitting there quietly, you're breathing, and all of a sudden you get an idea, you get the answer to a question you may have had. That's because you have put yourself in a mindset, for one, to allow yourself to receive. All right. You put yourself in a mindset to receive. And you've also removed certain blockages, certain conscious aspects, I want to say, like egotistical aspects, or I guess endeavors. and allowed the message to come through, you know. And that's basically it's the same thing with pretty much everything in terms of energy, right? You'll notice that, like when you say, like when you get a job, right? Say you've been out of work, right? And been trying to find a job, trying to find a job, trying to find a job, applications, right? Then boom, get a job. None of the other jobs hit you up before this point. None of them were calling back, seemed like they were really interested, but as soon as you get that one job, here comes the other jobs calling you. Like, yo, you still interested, still trying to work, this or that, you know. And it's basically because you are no longer holding on to the idea of I need a job. It's like you open the door and it doesn't matter anymore because you already got what you're quote unquote looking for, right? And it just seems to rain down. It just seems to fall in your lap. You got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 opportunities now sitting before you. It's the same thing with relationships. You know, people want to know why you're not interested no more. You know, you spend so much time contacting people and trying to get somebody's attention, you know. And then the moment you stop, right? Now they're searching for you. Now they're like, yo, where is such and such? You know, why isn't this person hitting me up? You know, they was just inboxing me every day. You know, it was just on my dick. You know what I mean? It's just all on my dick. Now, you're nowhere to be found. That's an evil ass laugh. I see what my friend was talking about. That is kind of an evil laugh. But this is kind of like a mentality you want to have. It's kind of a mentality you want to have when it comes to just life in general. You know what I mean? Because it's all an illusion. None of it really matters at the end of the day. You know what I mean? No matter what you accumulate, no matter what you get done, no matter what you create here, eventually you will die, and eventually those things will fade away. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word. But it's this unbothered kind of attitude and mentality that's almost necessary. If not, you're going to be stressed out, tired, drained. You know, you're constantly working and trying to make things happen from your ego, right? Or force these things, right? That shit'll drain you. That it'll leave you feeling, what's the word? Inadequate. It'll have you feeling inadequate because you're not really allowing these things that you want or maybe don't want, you know, to flow. You know what I mean? So the mind is all the universe is mental. So your thoughts, the way you rearrange them, the order of them, is going to affect the way things flow into your life. When you don't really care about something, say like Shorty hit you up. She says, "Oh, I want to come see you." And if you're too, like, you seem like a little too over the top about it, like too excited or whatever, she may be like, never mind. You know what I mean? But it's like, when you don't really care, you be like, say she said something like, mm, do you want me to come over? And you say, well, I guess that's cool if you want to. It's like, oh, what do you mean? You guess that's cool and this and that, and it'll be a whole thing about it, just because you really don't care that much. Not to say that you might not, you don't care about that person, but it's really neither here nor there. You feel me? It doesn't really make a difference. And it's just a little side note. Damn, what was I finna say? What was I finna say? I don't know. It eluded me, but it'll come back to me. Damn, what was I finna say? That's crazy. But not giving a fuck is it's a spiritual art. It's a technique that I'm shaking my camera. It's a technique that you really want to put in your arsenal, especially when it comes to certain things, and learn to let energy flow. All right. Because when you hold on to things, say if I have my fist closed like this, right? Cut on the faucet, and I let water hit the top of my hand. Right? That water, what's it gonna do? It's not gonna go through because I got that tight grip I'm holding on, right? But if I like loosen up, let it, you know, allow the shit to flow, then it'll just flow through. But damn, that what was the point I was gonna make though? I was gonna make a real valid point about something, but I guess you get the picture. I guess you get the picture. But when you let go of things, that's when they begin to come to you. That's when it's gonna start flowing, man. You can't worry about none of this shit, really. What people think. Um, that's a major one too. Say you have a certain type of character, a certain type of personality, and you have a bright light, right? And just based on, you know, you either giving a fuck or not giving a fuck about what people think can totally rearrange and affect the way that you present yourself, the way that you act. You know what I mean? So if you're worried about people getting jealous, hating on you, making them feel less than or some shit like that, or they will feel that you're trying to make yourself seem better because you just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Don't give a fuck about what they think. So you being you completely, right? But if you give a fuck about that, if you care about that, if you're worried about people who may feel like that, not getting in certain circumstances, you kind of want to, just, I guess, be humble. But a lot of times that type of thinking can really block you. You know what I mean? And you won't get the full experience of what you may have come to experience. So, for one, stop caring about what people think. You gotta not give a fuck. There's a spiritual art to this shit. Alright? We got time for how little Jody Joe feels about your YouTube videos because you rocking and knocking them out, right? But little Jody Joe don't like that you've been dropping your YouTube videos, doing your thing, right? So you say, "Oh, I'm gonna chill for a minute." No, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna keep rocking it up. You know what I mean? Because guess what? You don't give a fuck. And if Jody Joe didn't give a fuck so much, then Jody Joe could get his rock on. You know what I mean? You can start knocking shit out. You know what I mean? Start handling your business when you stop worrying about whether your girlfriend is cheating or not, or your old man, or you stop worrying about, is my paycheck gonna be here Friday, or what somebody said on Facebook. You know what I mean? When you stop worrying about, did my spell work, or did my ritual work, or did my moon magic work, you know? Now, that's a thing when it comes to magic and shit like that. You kind of want to look for results, but the results will be subtle sometimes, and sometimes they like right out in the open. You know what I mean? Like right in your face, like, yeah. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. But even in magic, still, you still just kind of want to, especially if you have a specific intention now. That's different. But still, even though you may have a specific intention, don't be like, you know, like every moment you did it work, did it not work, did it work, did it not work, did it work, did it not work, right? Just chill. For one, because there's no way that your magic cannot work. That's absurd. That's poppycock. You know what I mean? It's fugazi, fraganacle bullshit. You know? And that's just because every cause has an effect. So no matter what you do, it's going to have some type of effect. My stomach is growling like a motherfucker. But no matter what you do, everything you do is going to have some type of effect. Nothing that you put out is going to come back onto you for it, right? It can't. It has to yield some type of result. Now, the extent of it or the degree of what you get back is based on what you put into it, right? And you hear it all the time. The more you put into it is what, the more you get out. And say if I put a lot of energy and a lot of thought into something, right? It's a push-pull kind of relationship, magnetism and electricity, right? Electricity Oh, my stomach is growling. The electricity is the thoughts you're putting out, right? And when you turn your mind, shift your attention to something different, that's when you allow that magnetism aspect of it to take place, right? Say, I send a message out to somebody. I'm not just gonna sit there and be on my phone like, are they gonna text back? Are they gonna text back? Nah, just chill, relax. And next thing you know, bing. So it's a push pull relationship. If you're completely electric all the time, then you can't be magnetic. You see what I'm saying? So you have to kind of play both sides of the fence, not in a humanity type of way, but when you understand energy and you understand the way things kind of work, when you understand that everything is energy, then you get what I'm saying. But it's power in not giving a fuck. It's like this girl I know, right? Recently met. She's cool, beautiful girl, sexy, you know, smart, all that shit. But at the same time, she has this friend, right? So check this out. I was thinking like, well, I didn't know what to kind of, I don't know what to kind of think of it sometimes or make of it, but I do now. But at the time, I was kind of like, well, I don't know, trying to play my cards right and doing this and that. But I noticed that the less I kind of gave a fuck and did certain things, that it kind of drawed her closer in. You know what I mean? It's like she's giving me more attention. She's saying things that I didn't expect her to say. So it's like, well, is it because my efforts, or is it because I kind of, you know, don't give a fuck? Not in a bad way. Let me say it like this. I like this person. She's cool. You know what I mean? So I got nothing bad to say about her. But her homegirl hits me up sometimes, right? Never did anything with a homegirl, nothing like that, right? And we all, hung out together, been, drinking and whatever, all that type of stuff. But I noticed that if she even has the slight hint or inkling that I may be more interested in her friend, she's gonna go harder. You see what I'm saying? Even though I'm not, it's just that the way it looks, you know what I'm saying? She might be like, oh well, nah, I'm that bitch. You know what I mean? He gonna want me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, really playing that position as if she was my girlfriend type of thing. And that just goes into, what I'm saying. It's like, when it's like you really don't care, that's one of the things that you would like. or desire, excuse me, are going to come to you. There's certain things that you want to do in your life, certain lifestyle changes. Um, for one, it all begins with, it starts with your mind. It's gonna start. You got to start there. Got to change your thinking. But if you are so caught up, like I said, in giving a fuck, or worried about what other people might think of some shit like that, right? It's gonna hold you back. It's gonna keep you in that same position because you're trying to be, I guess, a people pleaser. You know, trying to make people like you. You ever notice that the people that don't give a fuck, people that's just like flat out themselves, are the people that a lot of people like? And that's not our mission to be liked, but it's like on that what was that, on the Kings of Comedy, Steve Harvey was talking about when he went to church. He never really liked going to church, right? But then Sister Odell, first time he sat next to her, she was cussing. It was like, these motherfuckers, this and that. You know, it's kind of like that principle. You know what I mean? The less you like hold on to this humanity, right, the more it actually tries to throw itself at your feet. It's like the verse in the Bible where it talks about seek ye first the kingdom of God, right? What is the kingdom? The kingdom is a mentality. It's a certain state of awareness, you know. It's a certain type of thinking, you know. And when you stop worrying about all the human shit and focus on the spiritual, something higher, right? You start giving this person the attention instead of that person. Then now it's whatever you want. Whatever you like. Whatever you like. You know? It's like that. And that's the same way it is with life, you know, with money, all this shit. You know what I mean? When you stop focusing on that, it's like in business. The people who are in it for the money, you'll get money. You'll get money. But it might not be as prosperous or abundant as someone who's like, yo, I'm just trying to service people, or yo, this is just something I like to do. You know what I mean? I don't really give a fuck about the money. You know what I mean? It's like a person who paints a picture of some art or some shit. It's like you just doing some shit just from your heart, or just, you know, something that makes you feel good. And now somebody's offering you $150,000 for a painting. You know what I mean? So it's like that. It's, you kind of got to be, you know, subtle with it. You're not really open or like intently trying to, you know, make some shit happen, you know, from your ego, just so you can feel proud, you know. So when you operate from a spiritual plane or a spiritual perspective, you know, all the Jordans, all the clothes, all the, you know what, will come. You know what I mean? If that's what you desire, you know. So that's kind of how it works, you know. Don't worry about none of this shit. Focus on your work. Focus on whatever it is that you focused on. If you're into astral traveling, focus on that. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of want to just know just to know, in a sense, to a certain degree. But yeah, don't be all, yeah, I'm doing this because it's gonna make me feel better than you, motherfucker. You know, that's not what it's about. So seek ye first the kingdom. You know what I mean? Focus on the spiritual shit, the higher shit, because everything in the physical comes from the non-physical anyway, right? But if you got these blocks, if you got these holdups, these hang-ups, you know what I mean? These walls up based on the force and the effort that you're putting in and the need. That's what it is. The need for it. You know what I mean? Then that's like a spiritual wall to anything you're trying to make happen. You know, it's like, I gave you enough examples. Fuck that. I gave you enough examples, but just try not giving a fuck. You know, I ain't saying don't feed your child, don't change the baby's diapers. You know what I mean? But when it comes to certain things, just be like, you know what, whatever. You know, doesn't matter. It's going to another example. When you know, like a relationship, you know, when you don't care, say you know, somebody's talking to you about something, you're just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, you don't care. You know, just be at peace about it. That's the whole point. I ain't gonna go into like no more examples because gotta get this pineal gland right, so I pour down these messages correctly. But because I can see it's just like a million different things coming to me right now. But you know, just let go. It's really not that important, you know. And the things that you put on the pedestal and, you know, make it a 10 when it really should be like a 5 or 6, you know what I mean? On the level, on the scale of importance, you know what I mean? You'll see that it really don't matter. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. So, y'all tap in with me, you know. It's been a minute, like I said. But who gives a fuck? So, yeah. I'm out. I'm gonna end this video. Fucking hungry. I'm gonna go cook a cheeseburger or some shit. I'm out. Peace.